Welcome back, guys. In this video I'm going to show you how could you jump from one activity into another activity in Android Studio. For that, I will start a new project in Android Studio, and after that I will just choose the empty activity next and specify your project name. For example, for me it is test 1, next, and finish. Once your project is loaded, the activity underscore main dot xml is your user interface, the front end, and as well as the main activity dot java class. This is your backend code here. In order to design the user interface of your application, you can use either this graphical view or you can use the code view. Here you will need to write the XML code to design the user interface of your application. For now, I will remove this one, which is a text, predefined text, and after that, I will just clean this one and write relative layout for now. And after that, I will just come down and write here text view, and that should be wrap content in height and width, and as well as I'll just come down and I will specify a text home page or home activity. After that, I can specify a text size that should be 45 dp, and I can say center in parent, so that will bring my text to the center of the activity. Now, after that, I will need one another button so that I can jump from one activity to another one. So that should be wrap content in wrap content, and the text should be here on this button. It should be, for example, next. And after that, I will specify an ID as well to this button. So here I can say ID in ID. That should be bdn underscore next. And down here, I will specify the location for this button. So I can say centering parent, or you can say center in parent. Yeah, that should be 2. That's it. So if you see here now, this button is on the top of my text. So what I will do, I will just put an ID here, ID, and just like I can say home, just label, and now come down here, label, and now here I can say this button should be below that label. So I can say below, and then I can specify the label here. So this button will jump under this text. That's all for the user interface. And now we have our main activity. But before going to code here, I will need one another activity, right? So for that, I can go here, right click, new, and then activity. And then you can have empty activity, this one. And then you can call it like second activity. So that should be my second activity, finish. So this is the user interface of your second activity. If you open it, it will be like this. You just need to jump to the code view and then again clean, and you can either use relative layout or the linear layout, but I use the relative layout for my previous activity, therefore I will use the relative layout here as well. And then what I will need to do, you can either type your code again or you can either copy from your main activity. Suppose I will just copy this one and come to my second activity, paste it here, but for this one I will change the code, I mean the text. That should be my second activity, and the button should be back, btn back. That should be the ID, and the text should be back. That's it for now. If you see, that's it. And now what I need to do, I will have to jump to my main activity. And here I will make a button, which is button btn next, btn next. That's it. I will need to typecast it here. So btn next is equal to find view by id or id dot btn next. That's it. And after that, what I need to do, I will need to have a listener on click listener for this button. So btn next dot on click listener dot set on click listener new on click listener. That one. In here, you will use the intent in order to jump from this activity to another one. So what I will need to do, you can either use start activity, new intent, and here you can say get application content, get application context, comma, and then you can say, you can just give the second activity name here. So second activity dot class. That's it, dot class. In the same way, you can go to your second activity and then have a button here, button, viewability button. That should be BTN back, BTN back. That's it. You will need to typecast it. BTN back is equal to find view back ID or dot ID dot BTN back, BTN and back. And after that, what you will need to do, BTN back dot set on click listener, new view by set on click listener. And after that, you can say start activity, new intent, get application context, comma, and you can say jump to main activity. So simply you can say main activity, MAIN dot class. That's all. That is all. And you will need to run this application on your emulator or your physical phone. I'll run this application. The application is being installed. Here you are. So home activity, if you click next, that will jump to the second activity, and then you can go back to your home activity. So that's all for this video. Please subscribe our YouTube channel. See you in the next video.